In fact, the word abd is the N word. It's the N word. Do you know that? Muslims, they call themselves the N word just to satisfy Allah. Allah will not be happy unless you are the N word. The Muslim will translate that as a servant, that which is horse. Abd is the N word. Any Muhammadan? No? Not too many customers today. I want Muslims only, please. Any Muslim? Well, isn't this the same person who asked me about killing the children's? Tehran? Is he the same person? Well, Tehran, I suspect that you are a Muslim, because a Muslim will not ask this question about Muhammad says kill babies. So are you really a Muslim, or you are, you know? You are agnostic, but agnostic. No, I want Muslims, my friend. I don't know what agnostic mean. I find it funny. Any Abdul? We are out of Abdul. Let us try to increase the number of the view, and we will tell you a bedtime story about the Afrit. Once upon the time, there was a Afrit. Afrit is a genie. He's fast. He's so powerful. And his specialty is stealing furniture. He can bring you a chair from any place you want. And there was a prophet, he's a Muslim prophet. And because all Muslim prophets are thieves, so this Afrit, he was sitting in front of the prophet Sulaiman. Sulaiman is very well known that he liked to steal furniture. He heard that there's a woman, she have a very nice chair. He said to his people, who can go and steal the chair of this woman? Remember, he's a Muslim, and the Muslim have to steal. One of the genie, Afrit, who is so fast, he said to him, I can do it for you before even you move your butt. Now those stories happen only for people who they are truly prophets of God. It doesn't happen to normal people. Suleiman, he have control of all the Afrit in the world. The Quran says some of them, they dive for him to bring him jewelries. Some, they dive to bring him rubies. Some, they are building for him. Even the temple of Solomon was built by Afrit, according to Muhammad. This Afrit and his family, they were working together. Very hard for Suleiman. Isn't it, this is a beautiful story coming from the true prophet of God? Who can beat such a story for bedtime? Any Muslim? Who is the Muslim believe in this story that Suleiman, he have a flying carpet, he have a ring, he controlled the world with it. Once he went to the bathroom, in the bathroom he don't take the ring with him because this is the ring of Allah. He gave it to his wife, her name is Jarada, which means lactose. And when he was in the bathroom doing poo-poo, Shaitan, he come in the image of Solomon, and the wife, she gave him the ring, and then Shaitan become the king. And then when Shaitan become the king, he command the soldiers to kick Suleiman out of the palace, and nobody recognized Suleiman no more. Then Shaitan, he start effing the wives of Suleiman, non-stop effing. He's so good, not like Suleiman. The wives, they notice after many days of effing that this person who looked like Suleiman is so good in bed, and they notice this is going to be true. Something fishy about him. How come his penis never go limp? He act like a pimp. Dirigan. So they told the elders of the kingdom. Shaitan, he noticed that now they knew about him. My cover is up. So Shaitan, he went and he ran and he threw the ring of Suleiman in the ocean. And he went and he hid in an island. At this time, Suleiman became homeless, far away from his palace. Once Suleiman, he went to the seaport, and there is fishermen sitting and people buying fish. So Suleiman, he told one of the men who was buying fish, are you willing to give me 2 fish to feed my family if you let me carry this for you? The man, he agreed. So when they arrived to the house door, the man, he gave Suleiman the fish. He agreed upon 2 fishes. Suleiman was so happy, he took the fish and he went back home. But brothers and sisters, when Suleiman, he tried to clean the fish, he found his ring inside the fish. Suleiman, he wore the ring, and again he became the king. How in the world this is not from God? And those Christians, they say to you, Islam is not from God. All these stories is true stories. Suleiman, he have a flying carpet, yes. How big the flying carpet of Suleiman? You will not believe it, how big it is. This is the description of the flying carpet of Suleiman, as you see in the front of you. The army of Suleiman was 100 persang, which is equal to 3,500-mile long army. All of them, they fly in the top of the flying carpet. This is the length of the army, not the width. We do not know the width yet. 3,500 mile long, the army of Suleiman in the top of the flying carpet. 25% of this army, they were a human. 25% of them, they were genie, like the Afrit we showed you, the blue one. 25% they were desert animals. 25% they are birds. 1,000 houses of glasses were made above the flying carpet, the wood. In them 300 wives and 700 slave girls. All of this in the top of the flying carpet. And those Christians, they say to you that Muhammad is a liar. Are you still convinced Muhammad is a liar? Do you know how the Israeli, they were able to attack Iran in the last month? They have pieces of the flying carpet of Suleiman. It's called F-35. And yet people will say to you that Muhammad don't tell true stories. Are you going to believe them really? The army of Suleiman, 3,500 mile long. Only? Yeah. Only. The funny that Suleiman, he fly with his flying carpet to go to Iraq, but Iraq is half the distance of his army size. So how the flying carpet will fly if the length of the army in the flying carpet is way longer than the distance between, or even to Yemen? I recently debated, did poo-poo into Muslims? Okay. Well, maybe next time, my friend. Like now, I'm going to leave because this is why I'm reading a story, bedtime story, so we can sleep and we have a nice time. You know, it's good to hear those stories. They make us relax. How many of you like to have a flying carpet like Suleiman? Be honest with me. I know most of you, aren't you? Me, myself, my dad, he used to have one. When I was a kid, I used always to steal it and fly with it. But then what happened, my dad, he joined Al-Qaeda, and then he used it for suicide bombing, and boom, we don't have it no more. Alhamdulillah. Smash Allah. Otherwise, I will never pay for airline ticket. I will never pay. I will never even go to the customs. You know, the stupid things, take off your shoes. Just go to the flying carpet and go. Always I used to do that. I remember once I took the flying carpet. Maybe I should not tell you this story because it's hard to believe. I know you will not believe me. Even though it's a true story. I took the flying carpet. I went to Galaxy. It's called 7-Eleven. In that Galaxy, there is shelves. There's cookies. There's toothbrush. There's Pepsi Cola. There is, you know, I mean, it's called the Galaxy 7-Eleven. At that time, nobody knows about this Galaxy. It was my discovery using the flying carpet. It took my flying carpet a very short time to go there. 12,000 years in the speed of light. It was very easy. I did not even stop once to even fill up a gas because, in case you do not know, it is self-sufficient work by wind. The flying carpet fart, and that fart pushed the flying carpet. I asked the flying carpet once how you can do fart. She said the secret is beans. And now we know why American, they eat a lot of beans so they can fly. But don't tell that to anybody. The story about the flying carpet is astonishing. In fact, Prophet Muhammad, he was able to find out where gold and silver grow. I never thought about gold growing somewhere until Prophet Muhammad, he told us. The gold is everywhere. Look at this. When Solomon, he fly with his flying carpet, he arrived at the valley of the ants, where silver and gold grow. In fact, in Arabic it says come, it says grow, not come out. Imagine that gold and silver, they are grown. Actually, here it says grown. Read. There is one valley of Allah where silver and gold is grown. Now, many of you until now do not know that you can grow silver and gold. And I understand you are ignorant. You are not educated. This is why you do not know this information. This is why attending my session here will make you rich. Imagine if I tell you the secret about how to grow gold and silver. Be honest with me. None of you even will work for a day. You will be rich. You will hear what you need to do. You need the following. Take notes, please. You will need ants. Very important, ants. That's why they grow in the valley of the ants. Because the ants' existence is very essential to grow silver and gold. So what you need to do, guys, are you taking notes? You bring some sugar, a lot of sugar, and dump it in your backyard. That will bring a lot of ants. The more sugar you spread, the more you will make your backyard a valley of ants. The second you have a valley full of ants, that is when gold and silver will grow. Why? Because ants, they shit gold. They shit it together, and those ants, some of them, they will grab it and make it like balls or even rocks. Then your job is so easy. Collect it, set it, and be happy. I hope this secret I told you will not share it with everybody. This is only for those who come to our channel. This is a true story, proven to be scientifically true. And yes, gold and silver, they grow. This is why the son of Trump, he keeps talking about buy gold bars. Do you know why he said bars? Because there's a valley, it's called Barcelona Valley, full of ants. He got his gold. How his father get rich? Why the son of Trump, he keep talking about buying gold? Because simply in their house in Florida, there's a lot of ants, crazy ants. And you will see that the Trump house, always there's trucks coming in and dumping sugar. They dump sugar, the ants come from everywhere in Florida. His house is covered. Even his kids became blonde because those ants are red, not black. Why they are red? Remember, they shed gold, so they are going to be red. This is why their shit is red. It's a red gold. The silver one is different kind of ants who they shed silver. Those are gray ants. So you have to be careful which one of ants you want to invite your house, and that will control the color of the material or what material you will have. If you want to bring plantium ants, they will shit plantium to you. So you choose. I have to be honest with you. I do not need money no more. I have a lot of ants in my backyard. I hope none of you now will come to my house trying to steal my ants, who make a lot of gold. How Prophet Muhammad knew all this information. It's so beautiful. And this is why Allah, He protected this gold with the weakest creatures like ants. And if a powerful army want to enter, good luck. The ants will eat you alive. A billion trillion ant, brother. No army can get in. Look at the wisdom of Allah. Ibn Babawayh, according to reliable chain of narration. Guys, do you see the word reliable? This is reliable. Just take a note, please. When an ant conversed with others, the wind took her conversation to Sulaiman. The wind. See what the wind can do? So one ant, she was talking to the other ants. Sulaiman is on the top of a flying carpet, crossing over the valley of the ants, in the place where gold grow and silver. He heard the conversation, and this is what the Quran is talking about. And those Christians, they say to you, don't believe in Muhammad, is a false prophet. How many of you now, you feel being touched by the story and the wisdom of this story, the truth of this story? Do you really still don't want to believe in Prophet Muhammad? What's wrong with you? Well, if the ant is black, they are going to do, black material. As an example, black label whiskey. In this case, you can milk the ants, like you make the ants stand on a table, and you squeeze her nipples, and the black label whiskey will come. All right? So you have to be careful what kind of ants, because even bitcoins, how bitcoins is made now? In the valley of the ants of bitcoins. So there's a tribe of ants, it's called Bitcoin ant. Those, they shit bitcoins. This is what they say to you, they are mining bitcoins. What do you mean mining? They are digging in the valley of the ants, looking for the shit of those ants. All those stories is Prophet Muhammad, he knew about them before anyone.